happy Friday, or whatever day it is you're watching. This is Friday for me, and this is May 24th, I think. I'm sorry. I didn't sleep well last night, and I've already got tears in my eyes because I was thinking and I was praying. Dave lost his cat last night. His cat, he got about a year before we even started going out, so it was 19 years old, and we've known for a couple of weeks now that he probably wasn't going to last much longer. But you know, I'm glad that God took him and didn't make him suffer. Okay, I need to think of something else. I just wanted to share and let you know that I may be a little off, but I know nothing like he is. All right. We'll talk about just a little bit of beauty, and then I'll go into the other stuff. I saw where I've been going to do a new makeup video, and I haven't. I need to work on that this weekend. Anyway, I did see where Wet n Wild is coming out with a tinted foundation, you know, the light tint that they all do. Now, I don't know if this one is going to be different than the one they had in the tube. They had one in the tube. It was a hydrator, tinted hydrator, I think is what it was called. That was absolutely fabulous. So I don't know if they probably have taken that formula and, you know, I don't know. I know it's in a bottle. I can't remember. I hope it's not got a dropper in it. I hate those droppers. Y'all know I hate the droppers, and I hate the no-fit applicators and foundation. I just think that's the most ridiculous way. If you don't want to put, if you just want to put the foundation in a bottle, just give me nothing. I'd rather have it to where I can pour it than to, you know, or I can move it into another container with a pump. Just don't give me those droppers and doe-foot applicators. I don't care what kind of formula they got. I mean, it's just, I cannot stand those things. Anyway, y'all know I love Wet n Wild foundations, and, you know, I think for the drugstore, it's probably one of the best, and especially for the money, it's one of the best. So I'll be on the lookout for that one. I've been thinking of trying the new, well, it's not new, supposedly it's not new. Melissa 55, you know, has been using that NARS light reflecting, and I mean, I used it when it first came out, and it's fabulous, but I mean, I always felt like that it gave me milia. Well, I don't know if it, you know, I say that and then I think, I don't know if it did or not. Was it something else I was using? Anyway, she and several others believe they changed the formula. And, of course, depending on who you talk to at Sarasota, who owns NARS or NARS, some say yes, they did, and some say no. I think what happened was they probably changed where they were getting an ingredient from, and, you know, that's probably the biggest difference, I would say. And maybe the ingredient is not quite exactly like the other, or the ingredients, or maybe they changed manufacturer, and this manufacturer is just a little different. And for those of us that are really sensitive to formulas, and we know what we like, we notice it, whereas somebody else might not notice it. Anyway, what I was getting at is I was thinking about going to Sephora, since I have one here now this weekend, and getting a sample, or even buying it, and just seeing my opinion on if I think it has really changed. Or, I know that the main ingredient I don't like, well, there's two main ingredients that I don't like in it, and I'll tell you what they are. They are the synthetic wax, and most of the time in foundations, synthetic wax is only in cream formulas. I'm surprised it's in a liquid foundation. And then the other is the coconut water, or coconut accolades, whatever you want to call it, being so high. Because if I do use coconut oil on my face, it does give me milia. So that's why I don't ever use coconut oil on my face anymore. Now, like I said, it could have been just my imagination. I know some other people have that issue. So I don't know what's going on with it. So let's talk about the rest of the stuff that I wanted to talk about as far as Tim and the others. So I'm going to stop it, then I'll start it back. Okay. I'm filming with my old phone, and then I'm going to look at some stuff on here to kind of talk to you about. Okay, on Tim, I did not watch the golf video because it was just too long. I watched the one with him in the vehicle. I'm going to cut the air off for a second. And he starts talking about the flying someone out. And of course, everybody's going to think it's Tammy. I don't know that it's Tammy. I am going to sit here and say in my own brain, I think he wants us to believe it's Tammy, but maybe it's not. And I hope and pray it's not. And it's not that I'm being this negative person. It's just that I feel she could do better. And what I mean by better, she could find someone who would treat her better. And, you know, she kept saying she didn't want to be on video. And I know he's saying it's just for a visit. But, you know, he's going to want to put her on. I mean, that's going to be his big deal. You know, if she's coming, he wants to put her on video. And, you know, I just hope she can. I hope that, I mean, he needs to find somebody that wants to travel. And, I mean, if he really wants to travel, you know, sometimes I have thought that he's not a traveler. This is just an act. He thinks he can get views. And maybe if he had somebody with him, it would be more fun. He could find more stuff to do. But, you know, there again, I just hope it's not her. Because I just think that, why would she want to bring that back into her life? She's had to have had it more peaceful the past few months, I would think. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on that. I hope and pray that it's not. But if it is, I guess we'll see. Okay. Now, what I wanted to talk about too was P.Diddy. And, you know, this is just going to be trying to find something else to talk about that is in the news, because that's kind of where I want to go. I don't want to go into all kinds of negativity, although this is going to be negative. But, I mean, I'm just talking about, you know, businesses, doom and gloom. I don't want to get to that point. I don't want to talk about that stuff. But I do like to talk about people and their actions and, you know, where that goes. So P.Diddy supposedly come out and apologized, and I'm going to insert the little clip.
I was up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I was up.
That was on TikTok about, you know, him saying he's sorry and that he effed up and all that. But nowhere does he say he's sorry to Cassie. And I have heard that that's because he has an NDA now that says they cannot mention each other's names. But now I don't know that for sure. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you, and I'll try to insert it too, Cassie's apology. Or not Cassie's not apology, her statement. This is her statement, not her apology. And for those of you that don't know, you know, video came out that at some hotel that he, you know, abused her. He physically abused her. There's no alleged going on. It's in the video. I'm not going to show the video, but y'all can find it. CNN had it. You can find it. Okay, Cassie, thank you for all the love and support from my family, friends, strangers, and those I have yet to meet. The outpouring love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now. But this is only the beginning. Domestic violence is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I am better today, but I will always be recovering from my past. Thank you to everyone that has taken the time to take this matter seriously. My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you were powerless in. I offer my hand to those that are still living in fear. Reach out to those people. Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you. Love, always, Cassie. And I think that's a good statement to make. You know, always believe the person, even though sometimes you might doubt it, but just, you know, there's a reason why they're telling you what if they are sharing this with you. You know, I can't imagine, you know, I feel like that at times. I've never been physically abused, but mentally, oh yes. And I think a lot of us have mentally that we don't like to really talk about, but it's out there. We know it. And I just hope that we never see anything like that again. Coming from someone that, you know, I always thought he had a past. You know, maybe, you know, just being what you do in the music industry, but I didn't dream all this would come out about him and, you know, the raid and all that stuff. And I know all this stuff, I mean, everything but the abuse is alleged, but I just never expected it. I mean, I guess I should have, but I just didn't. I felt like it would be somebody else, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, other thing, let's see. Okay, Micah Miller. I did watch the interview that Law and Court, or whatever that, I want to say Law, but it's not Law and Order. I'll link it below, did with her best friend. It's pretty eye-opening about some things that happened along the way and some text messages that she received right after JR was found. I mean, he wasn't found, but she was found and he was told. It's just, you know, I mean, this thing gets more and more, you know, I go back and forth on if she really did do it herself. You know, I know everybody thinks that tape, that 911 calls AI, and it could be. I know there's a reporter that's asked for it, you know, raw, uncut, and he's going to take it to an expert analyzer to see what they think. Because there again, you know, as someone who lives in North Carolina and knows about that area, I don't trust the law enforcement there. You know, maybe I just don't trust them. And then you find out all the stuff that went on, you know, about him. I mean, this man was no man of God. I mean, I honestly think he's a man of the devil. You know, one of them people that may be possessed. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. It's just words to try to explain why a person would be this way. You know, he's just sick. He's sick. And I know some people will say, well, he needs to be in a mental institution. He needs to be in a mental jail. I mean, he needs to do some suffering, in my opinion. But, you know, God will handle it. He'll be judged by God. No one else. I know I'm judging him, but I'm just saying the only one that really matters is God. And, you know, you just have to pray that will happen. And that's about all I got to say on that. I'm sorry, y'all, that I'm kind of a little bit out of it. But anyway, I got to go to work. I appreciate all of your support. I really do. And I wish there was a way that I could just pay every one of you back. Somehow, I wish I could send every one of you a $10 gift card to wherever you wanted. You know, I know that creators say thank you all the time, but I really do appreciate every one of you. I really do. So I'm going to go. Talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.